another episode of Outcasts to Icons. Now, in our last episode, we endured our first defeat of the season, a 3-0 drubbing, kind of really, at the hands of TP47, and that was disheartening because we'd actually gone our first 5 games unbeaten and taken 11 points from them, and I was kind of feeling really, really good after that. 11 points from 5 games is a really solid start. We were 3 points off the top of the league and going pretty well, just couldn't really score very many. We were really struggling to score, but we were being solid at the back, except for that one game, and I felt that it was the changes I'd made going into that game that caused the problem. So this month I reverted back to the way we were playing before that. Unfortunately, it was as if I never touched it because my god, it's been awful. It's literally turned to shit again. I don't know why, because we are playing the exact same way we were playing in those first 5 games. I've literally got no clue what's happened. But anyway, before we get into that, I spent the last couple of days looking through the tactical advice you guys have been giving, and I really do appreciate all of it. Obviously, if you see me doing something that you suggested, or that you see me doing something that is the opposite to what you suggested, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's because I'm listening to someone else. Like, people have given me a lot of ideas, which is great, and I'm taking them all on board. The problem is a lot of them are completely contradictory to each other, and therefore I couldn't take them all into account. What I try to do usually is I don't generally follow one tactic by... because I don't like to just copy someone's tactic, which is why sending me links to tactics from the workshop or anything like that is not worth it, because I won't be using them. I don't see the point in me downloading someone else's tactic off the workshop. I like to take you guys' ideas on board and then build my own thing around it, which is what we've done in the past, and it's worked fairly well. We built the Portsmouth tactics and the Red Star one. The only one that I've built by myself is my 3 at the back one for Pompey. Which I'm actually quite proud of, since that's the one that won us the Champions League in the end. My point is that's the only tactic I've built just on my own without your input. Although I think you guys have still given me little tips on that one, especially regarding the cover stopper approach. Now, so yeah, I am trying to listen and slowly sort of work a tactic out. And obviously, this is, if we're building a legacy tactic, it's going to take us a couple of years to get something that's really solid, and it's going to take a lot of trial and error. And that's generally how you do it. Now, the problem is, of course, when you're expected to win titles, trial and error can be a little bit of a cagey thing to do, and we've got to be very careful. Other thing is, someone suggested getting a decent fitness coach. I have tried this. Unfortunately, we are only allowed 2 staff members. So an assistant manager and and a coach. And that's it. That's literally all we're allowed. So I couldn't bring in fact, I actually have more staff members, coaches than I'm even allowed, because there was more when I came in. So if I fired one, I still couldn't bring anyone else in. It's really annoying. So that's going to be a problem. Someone suggested turning off asymmetry, and I don't think that's going to work, because I tried that in our first couple of games this month, just to shift it around a little bit, and yeah. But then again, nothing seems to have worked at the moment, so I really don't know what's going on. So again, thank you for all the technical advice. I am trying, but like a few people say, sometimes when you're not winning, things can be even more entertaining at times, because if you're winning everything all the time, that can be a little bit dull. So, the whole story is going to be the struggle, basically. And, sorry, apologies, my voice is going a bit funny. So I think that's kind of... sorry, guys. So I think that's kind of important that we do that. And, yeah, where are we? Oh, right, okay, so a couple of important things. Firstly, we had a board meeting, unfortunately. They called me in front of the board, and this was before I played any matches this month. So it was just after the TP47 game. So it wasn't to do with results. Basically, as usual, it's to do with the squad harmony. And I'm in a situation now that is starting to get a little bit irritating, and I'm starting to worry if there's a slightly odd mechanic in the game now, because around about 15 players, most of which aren't playing for us, they're all sort of like, well, most of them are under 18 players. Some of them are B team players that are set to like backup or rotation, not rotation, mostly backup players, are coming to me saying they want first team football. Now, usually on my other saves, I would do the be patient and wait your chance. I've tried that against all 15, 16 of them so far. Not a single time has it led to me being actually able to, in the end, I've basically had to get an argument with them, because there is no way out of that. And I think it's because of my low managerial stats. The problem is, though, it means that I can't have any players in my team that aren't playing. And to me, that's fucking stupid. Like, I'm sorry, it just is. Like, how are you supposed to manage at this lower level if every single player that you have as a member of your entire team, regardless of what level they're at in the team, has to be playing, or you'll get a squad revolt on your hands? Because that seems to be what's happening. I'm literally not allowed to not play every single player I have, or else they'll all get shitty at me. And it's stupid, because no way even in real life, that doesn't matter how bad a manager you are, that is not going to be the case. So that's a little bit irritating, and it's meant that basically no matter how well we were doing, they still think we've got shitty squad harmony, because every single time a 12-year-old youth player comes to me and says they want to be our star striker, I have to either put them in the team or the entire team gets on my back and I have no way out. Usually you can just go, well, you can usually just fob it off or whatever, or like give them like some rational excuse as to why they're not playing, like, for example, you're 12, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. And not only like, and then before, like, if you did get past that stage, you'd get the team meeting bit and you'd be like, well, if I put them in, I'll have to take one of you out. So then when I do that now, they're all like, well, then you should do that or you'll risk losing this 12-year-old player you've never heard of. And they do this every single time now. And every single time, I've not found a single way out using all the different options that I've found to actually get a positive result out of it. And it's very, very frustrating. And I have a sneaky suspicion that we're going to end up getting the sack. Like, we could be first right now and probably still get the sack because of stupid squad harmony, which is a pain and something that is a little bit frustrating. But hey, you've got to deal with these things. Right, on to some better news, and that is the fact that we've been put on a coaching course, which is a little bit nice. As you can see, look, squad harmony, fucking terrible. So definitely frustrating there. But what I wanted to show you is my profile. I'm on a coaching course now, and that's good. I went to the board and I said, let's try this out. And they basically agreed to fund the £600 for me to get national C, so for Big Norm to get his national C license, which is good. It will give us the first little step. Plus, if we can get it, it might give us a slight leg up on getting a slightly better job if we were to relieve the club at some point, which is kind of important because we do need to be working on that. As you can see as well, some of our managerial attributes have climbed slightly. I'm fairly certain of this because obviously you only have a certain number of points to distribute, and you'll notice that our motivating is up to a 6 now. Not that you'd know it. Man management is at a 3, but it's going to take a little while for us to build this up. Hopefully, though, over time we can do so. Now, anything else? Yeah, one more thing I was going to talk about is the idea of some people wanted me to make this say. I'm sorry, I'm just going to have a drink, guys. Right, really sorry about that. My voice is a little bit funny in the morning sometimes. Right, okay, so yeah, basically some people wanted the idea of making this a little bit more interactive, and that's fine. And I didn't quite know how to do that initially because I couldn't obviously do it in a way that when I got a job offer, I'd ask you guys what to do, because then we'd have no episodes for like 2 or 3 days while I wait to find out what you want me to do, and I think that would slow down the save too much. However, I have come up with a way that I think might make this interactive, and this is just an idea, so please do let me know what you think about this, basically. So at some clubs, obviously, we're going to have contracts like we do at this one, and our contract runs until November this year. Now, either they won't renew my contract or they will offer me a new contract, but the question is whether I take it. And the great thing about that is when I know that my contract's coming to an end, because usually they wait till the last year of the contract to offer you that renewal, and it's usually within the sort of last 6 months of the season. When I know that my contract's coming to an end, what I could do is put a straw poll in the video and basically say to you guys, do you want me to stay at this club or shall I let my contract expire and we'll go elsewhere? So that's basically what I'm going to try and do. Oh, once again, guys, I'm incredibly sorry. My voice is just going mental this morning. Like, I feel like there's gunk in my throat, but I can't get it out, and it's really frustrating. So, yeah, so that's basically my idea. So, basically, since our contract is coming to the end in November this year, I'm going to try it out for this episode. Let me know what you think of the performance. So, I'm going to put a straw poll, basically. Do we stay at HIFK? And bear in mind, this is based on the fact that they would actually offer us a new contract. We don't know if they're going to do that or not. That is the issue here. So, let's get into the games we've had this month. So, first up, we were against AC Oulu away from home, and I was pretty confident going into this one. They weren't the best side in the world. We actually played fairly well in this one. I feel that we were very unlucky to lose this, if I'm honest. Amos Ekali put us in front, and I was in glory days again, because I thought, right, that game was just a blip. We've gone back to our old tactic, and suddenly things are working again. Unfortunately, Pekka Welling got 2 brilliant headers, and then we conceded a penalty, and that's been kind of a theme. So, as a result of that, I took off Get Stuck In, because we were conceding way too many penalties and fouls. Unfortunately, I mean, look at that, 17 fouls. Unfortunately, that's not made any difference, and we've conceded a penalty, I think, in every single game, and I can't seem to stop it. It's one of those stupid ones where there's a cross comes in, and then they just get a penalty. I'm pretty certain in 2 of the 3 games we've played, we've conceded one of those goddamn penalties, which is frustrating. But a 3-1 defeat there was very, very disappointing. In our next game, we were at home against PK35, and I kind of felt that we should have done a lot better in this one. We were probably just the better side, but we just can't score, and I don't know what's... I just don't know. We just cannot score at the moment. We have the best defensive record in the division, but unfortunately we have the worst attacking record, and that is kind of the problem. And unfortunately now we're not scoring goals. Like before, in that early spell, we were scoring goals, but now we've got 1 in our last 4. Not good. Then we went away to one of the top sides in KTP, and, well, I mean, we got our asses handed to us. It's the first time this year I feel that we've really been completely outclassed, and we were in this one. Anto Hilska put them in front on 47 minutes. We survived till half-time, but then an immediate penalty was shoved away by Tamas Guborovic. And it was another one of those penalties. And then Dalcucci broke our defensive line as we were trying to pile forward. We were just awful. We look at 23 fouls. I don't even know how we're doing that. We're not on get stuck in. My players are not set to dive into tackles. They're easing out. So why are we conceding so many fouls? It's a frustrating one, I have to say. So that leaves the league looking like this, and we are now 7th. I mean, there's quite a clump. I mean, we could still go as high as 4th quite comfortably. But then there's those 3 teams at the top that are starting to pull away now, and that's a little bit worrying. We did, have the best defensive record in the league before that game. Unfortunately, the 3 goals conceded kind of has a habit of ruining that one for you. But as you can see, just the 6 goals scored. And drawing 0-0 at home to the bottom club, we are looking... it's worrying, I have to say. It is worrying. Still, 6 points above the relegation zone. But my point is we can't even be thinking about the relegation zone right now because we're supposed to be challenging for the title. And I'm genuinely a little bit worried. But I suppose that's what you got to expect. And, sometimes the fun is in the struggle, wouldn't you say, guys? So, right, let's get into the game for today then. So basically, oh my god, right, actually that could be quite useful because we are playing with a defensive midfielder. I've changed him to a halfback. I've moved some stuff around a little bit. I experimented perhaps with advanced playmaker. I didn't put him as advanced playmaker. The hell? That's weird. Okay, yeah. I'm experimenting now. I'm just trying all kinds of things. Now, I tried having a sort of attack support with support in the middle. I tried flipping it so that this was an attack and the wingers were support. I'm now going to try it with all 4 of them on attack since we're a better team this season, but I don't know. I'm still struggling. Having him on a halfback, I'm thinking might be a little bit more, might help with the defensive solidity. Now, I'm just going to do a quick pick. Now, someone said stop doing quick picks, but the fact is I do the quick picks because otherwise I'm not yet at a point with this team where I know who's good for what. And this is a good way this is how I've always done it and always done it to learn who plays where and how. Like, unfortunately, the reason my assistant keeps leaving out players that are playing okay is because, frankly, for a start, some of them are on international duty, which happens all the time now because there's the Euros coming up, which is a pain. But also, because fitness is shocking. That's the issue. Fitness is shocking. But it's at least slightly... I mean, look, for example, like, Visala plays quite a lot for us. Okay, he's actually got these... Wow, finally, some players with match fitness. My life. Inotule, 57. Like... He's played a fair number of games and yet has 57 match fitness. He's been back from injury for quite some time now, but unfortunately, we just don't seem to be able to play any reserve games. None of these players are allowed to play for my under-19s. And that baffles me. Like, you know how you can always send players down? Yeah, you can't do that. So we're going to go with Tony Useless up front. And in behind, Dos Santos Oliveira. Dos Santos Oliveira is one of the few players that's really stood out for me as like, yes, okay, he's got something about us. Yuka Halma is another one that, for me, has done a good job for us so far. I'm not convinced by anyone else in this team. Rahimi scored a couple of good goals, but no one's really stood out as being like, yes. Someone also told me that this is the team that has the goalie from Kick TV, the one that does all the cool tricks. I don't know if he's actually in this team now, so if he is, then please let me know. Is it this guy? Is it Mikey Johansson? I don't know. I don't think it is it? And it's not Carl-Johan Eriksson, or is it? I can't think of any other goalkeepers other than the one I brought in myself, so it's definitely not him. Anyway, let's get going to this. So, again, this is what we're playing at the moment. I need little tactical tweaks that we can try. This is the kind of shape I kind of want to go with, and hopefully that's kind of what you guys will agree with in sort of the best idea of shapes. But what can we change about perhaps the team instructions for this specific shape? Like, I've been messing around with all kinds of different things, but unfortunately, nothing is kind of stuck to a point where we've actually won a game really, really comfortably, and that's when I'll kind of know that we're onto something. But at the moment, we're just not. I'm hoping that having that defensive midfielder will help a lot today against three up top, which might actually give us a good opportunity. Now, I might not go control today. I'm thinking maybe a counter-attacking approach and being a little bit more restrained than usual and just seeing what we can come up with today. I don't want another heavy defeat because it could really harm the confidence to a really poor level. TPS are a top side in this division, and then again, MyPar are doing incredibly well. Remember, we won away on their ground, so it's not like we're clearly capable of beating the teams towards the top end of this league. It's just we need to find a tactic that works consistently, and that's always been the problem, unfortunately, for us. We've just not quite had that consistency there. We generally keep them down to a limited number of shots, and as you can see, we have done in this first half here as well. And I guess I would take an away point, or I would have done, if it wasn't for the fact that we'd had such a poor little run. I'm tempted to go control for the second half. Actually, let me just check the possession stats. See how much we're actually getting of that. Possession. Why can I not see? Oh, actually, we're getting a lot of possession. Right, okay. With that in mind, I'm going to go control because counter-attacking isn't going to work if we've got 57% of the ball. Plus, we're slightly better at that. So I'm hoping that perhaps a more controlled approach for the second period. I've been watching too much hockey. Will help with this one. I've also been getting way too many red cards lately. I'll drop us down to 7th. Right. This game has been a really scrappy one again, but hopefully this time we can come through the scrappiness and actually get a good result. Who to bring off the bench? This is always the issue. Tony Useless has been Tony Useless today, so I'm going to bring on Rahimi, even though he's not really convinced me just yet. Mutinen's not exactly had a good game. My defense... Okay, so Kuusiavi has actually had a relatively solid match at the back there. Certainly been our best performer in this. Oh, no, wait, no, Vasala's actually been quality on the left, so we won't bring him off. I will probably take off Anya Mele in a little while, but not just yet. We're sort of still in this game. We're still hanging in this game at the moment. I feel like there's a chance for us. You know, we're not out of this one yet. We're still controlling the ball. Actually, I think if anything, we're controlling the ball so much that we need to just go for this in the last 15. A win here would be absolutely crucial for our season. Because if you look, a win, I mean, they're top of the league at the moment, so a win here would really try to drag us back up into that battle and start trying to chase the third place team, basically, because we need to get back up into that group. And there's not a lot of games, you know, there's only 17 games left, so it's important that we do this. Let's just do a little push there. All right, here we go. Rahimi, good touch from Rahimi. Can he find a pass? Will he shoot? Dos Santos Oliveira! Oh, yes, sirree. And away, well, that would be something. Right, now we'll go control. Not counter. We're getting way too much of the ball, and I feel too confident about it. We've not got any particularly over-the-top attacking strategies on, so we're just going to stick with this. So this is what I mean. We are capable of playing well, but even so, that's still our first shot on target of the entire game. So I'm a little worried about us still. We're just not creating all that much, but when we are... see what I mean about Oliveira? He looks like the one player that you could rely on a little bit. Please don't concede an equaliser. Helmer here. Rahimi. Go on, another one. Vasala. O'Shaughnessy, the defender, blocked and it's cleared, and that's a little bit better from us now. We've stepped it up in the latter stage of this game. Sama does very, very well. O'Shaughnessy. I still can't believe he's Finnish. I mean, I know he's probably Irish and has taken Finnish nationality. It just sounds really strange. Yali, ball over the top, just clear this. There we go. Don't do something stupid. No, a win away from home at TPS. Oh, this is what I mean about the first touches. They are so bad sometimes. It is unbelievable. Nuokla. Oh, no. What a clearance. Get out to him. Good block. And, that surely went out of play. Oh, come on. Oh, fuck me. We were so close to a good result there. That looked like it went out of play for me. Bloody hell. And then, unfortunately, good goalkeeping there by literally looking the opposite direction. That's such a shame. We've come so close to a solid... Boom. I'm going to put it back on attacking. We've come so close to a good performance there. Let me just make another substitution. I was going to make another substitution, but we're going to insta-highlight Helmer. Please don't let them score another one. That would just be the most disappointing thing possible. We've played quite well in this second half at times. They've come at us a little bit here, but this is kind of what we've been doing this season. Is just sometimes I know these away games we'd be the worst team, but getting the result. Ahonen and Helmer. Well done. Anya Mele. Oh, and again with the touch. This is what I mean. They're so bad. They just cannot control a football. I mean... Oh, no. Surely not. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know. Like, this is ridiculous. It wouldn't even let me make a tactical change in between the two fucking goals. It all looked to be going so well here. We've gone from joy to despair in seconds, and that... Oh, my life. Not another defeat. That's such a gut-wrenching one, because we've done... I mean, to be fair, we don't deserve it. But we were going to get it, and before we were getting the results, and that's worrying. No, I will be fucking harsh. You just conceded 2 goals in the last 2 minutes. No, I don't want to be aggressive. I'll be assertive. Yeah, I'm far from pleased. Oh, fuck off. You played shit. What do you want? You need to... I mean, obviously it's not their fault entirely. It's tactics as well. But this is what I mean. I just don't know how to get us having more shots. We are so... We're just struggling a lot in front of goal at the moment, and that's disappointing. So, we're sort of coming... Well, I would say to the halfway stage. I mean, also, when I was asking when we were back in the top flight about, like the 33-game season, it wasn't because I didn't understand what 11 times 3 was, because a lot of people acted like I was a fucking idiot. Like, I know what 11 times 3 is. I have a B in GCSE maths, don't you know? My point was, I couldn't get my head around the fact that, like, it didn't make sense to me, because in order for that to be the case, they would have had to play each other 3 times. And in my head, I couldn't work out how that would be fair. So I assumed that that wasn't the case, because that would be completely unfair. That was why, but obviously I've now found out that that is in fact the case, which to me seems completely ridiculous. But I obviously understand that it's to do with the length of the seasons. But if that's the case, just play twice then. Just have a slightly shorter season. Or a slightly larger league, but a slightly shorter season. For me, that would make more sense. Because, like, if you're in a title race and you get 2 games at home against your opponent, they get 1. How is that fair? You get a massive advantage out of that. But hey, it looks like we couldn't even make a deal with, like, we've not managed to win a game since that opening little burst of the season, and now all of a sudden, you know, we had 11 points from our first 5, and now it's 12 from our first 10, and that is a scary thing to have. So let's take a little look at the schedule and see where we're going to come back. Where's important? I'll tell you where. No, wait. I don't want to do too few games in between. Okay, we'll come back for this one against TP47. So, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be tough. Or is Olu? No, it's kind of they're all much of a muchness, really. We're going to do the TP47 game. Or have we already done that? Well, no, we've already done TP47. We'll do AC Olu in our next episode. So guys, again, apologies for the poor results. We are having a little bit of a wobble now, and I say wobble because it is more of a going off of a cliff type of wobble, but we showed, I would say we showed something, but we really didn't. I think we got lucky with the goal that we did score, and we need to come up with something, because whatever's happened, like the moment we lost that game against TPS, it was as if the tactic I was playing before just stopped working, like magically. It is really frustrating because it was working for us, but now it isn't, and I have no idea what's changed, because, yeah. So there we go, guys. If you like what you've seen, please do drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Red Star and Outcast icons in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock, and I will see you guys in the next episode for the match against AC Aulu. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.